Hi guys, so today we're going to be starting chapter 13. You guys see there are a pair of gloves there, a little starfish from Stella Diaz has something to say by Angela Dominguez. I'm going to start. Ring ring! It's Dad, yells Nick after he answers the phone. I run over. Really? I whisper. It's January and we just spoke to him on Christmas. He usually never calls this soon after Christmas. Nick nods. He covers the phone. He's going to be in Chicago in a couple of months for work. He also wants to know whether we got our Christmas presents. Our Christmas presents this year were more gloves and socks from the old store. Big surprise. Also, like usual, they look like nothing we'd ever wear and they don't fit right. I put my ear to the phone and listen with Nick. Yes, we got our present, says Nick. Good. Got to make sure my niños are warm. Then Dad says, you know I'd do anything for you guys. Nick rolls his eyes. Good thing we're not on video. This wouldn't work. You know how now you can do the video calls? This probably wouldn't work if they were on the video call, right? But they're just on a regular video call. Anyways, going back. When school starts back up after winter break, it's so cold we actually end up using some of the new gloves and socks. Sadly, Jenny's not there. She has a cold, which means I have to eat lunch without her, and it's a little scary. I'm not really friends with anyone else, so I'm not sure where to sit at lunchtime. I look around the cafeteria. My options are slim. I also know that I can't eat anywhere near Jessica. I scan the room, looking from table to table, searching for a friendly face, when I finally spot Lauren, who's reading another Nancy Drew book. Yes, I think. When I walk over, Lauren makes room for me without my even asking. I nod my head. This will be good, I think. We both like being quiet. To my surprise, though, Lauren is pretty chatty today. She asks, how's your ocean life project? It's good, I say. My drawings do look good. It's the presentation I'm worried about. I pause and look at Lauren. She looks so excited, like she has a secret she wants to share. So I ask her, how is your project? I've been trying to ask more questions, as Jenny suggested. It's working some, especially with Lauren. So she's asking more questions in these conversations to kind of keep the conversations going, right? So she's asking questions in conversations. And then she leans in. Well, my project is great. Don't tell anyone, but I'm going to bring in my uncle's parrot for the presentation. Miss Bell said it was okay. She sits up a little taller. That's really cool. She nods. Lauren looks so proud. I don't mean to, but I frowned for a split second. I don't know how Miss Bell could ever agree to this. It's simply not fair. A parrot can talk and sing. That's like presenting with a partner whom you know everyone will like. What am I going to do? I can't bring Pancho. I love him, but he doesn't talk. Most people would get bored just watching him swim. Maybe I can be like the wizard in The Wizard of Oz and do my whole presentation from behind a curtain. Recess is much harder than lunch without Jenny. It's too cold to be outside, so Recess is in the gym. It feels lonelier there because everyone is closer together than we would be on the playground. When Jenny is not there on a warm day, I can just hide underneath the slide. I decide to bring my notebook and pen to Recess. I am determined to figure out my presentation. So I sit on the bleachers and open the notebook to a blank page. I write presentation on the top in big letters. I underline it 3 times. I think, then think, and think. Nada. Nothing. Frustrated, I close the notebook. As I start looking around the gym, I see Jessica playing jump rope with a few of the girls. It looks like fun, but I feel too shy to ask to play. But plus, I don't want to deal with Jessica. Unfortunately, Jessica notices that I'm looking. She curls her lip. Stella stares hysterically. Maybe she's stupid, says Bridget. I bunch my fingers into little fists by my sides when I hear the word stupid. I can feel my heart pounding like drums in my chest. I feel hot, roja with anger. People can say I'm strange or different, but I'm not stupid. It's pretty mean to say, right? There's the parrot look. So it's pretty mean, so that's why she's getting so upset. I stand up without thinking and I say in a loud voice, I'm not stupid. Jessica's eyes get big for a second. She looks surprised, even a little nervous. But that only lasts a moment. Bridget starts laughing and Jessica joins her. Thankfully, Stanley walks over with Ben and asks them if they want to play tag. Do you want to play, Stella? Stanley asks, turning to me. That's okay, Stanley, I say quietly as I sit back down. If he'd asked if I wanted to play hide and seek, I might have said yes. I'm a really good hider, and today feels like a good hiding day. When I get home, I lie on the rug in the living room. Feeling alone is very tiring. I wish I could just move back to Mexico. Then I realized I wouldn't have to be able to defend myself there like I did today. I would just have replied in English to some mean kid who was speaking Spanish. At least Jessica understood me. That's it. As soon as mom gets home, I'm going to ask exactly how to say I'm not stupid in Spanish. Nick walks over to the computer, sits down, and turns it on. Ref day at school? He asks as he starts to play a video game. I sit next to him. Nick. Yup, he says. He's staring at the screen, so it feels a little easier to talk to him. Did you know we're aliens? He gets quiet. He pauses the game and looks at me. You know, that's not like the aliens in outer space. You're not E.T. I know that, but it still feels like we're different. Okay, yeah, it sounds bad, but it's really not. He opens a new window on the computer and types. Then he points to the screen. It's a very official government looking website. See, here's the definition. Alien is an individual who is not a U.S. citizen or U.S. national. I bite my lip and nod. Seeing that really didn't help. Nick gets another idea and types something else on the keyboard. A new window pops up. Look, and the word alien is derived from the word alienus, which means stranger or foreign. I look at him. That doesn't make me feel better. Okay, so we're aliens, but you're not a weirdo. You're my sister, mi hermana. But then why do kids at school say I'm weird? Today one of them even said I was stupid, which is not the truth. I cross my arms. Nick's face looks sad. I never really told him before that kids make fun of me sometimes. Sis, you're not stupid. You're the coolest, smartest, almost 9-year-old I know. You're just saying that, I say, looking at the ground. No, I'm not, he says, lifting up my chin. Plus, so-called aliens, he says, putting air quotes around aliens, are some of the smartest people. Albert Einstein was an alien. He was from Germany. He's pretty smart and cool, right? Here's a little picture of Albert Einstein. I nod. Jenny's mom is an alien. I nod again. That's true. And if she hadn't moved here, I might have never met Jenny, which would have been terrible. Plus, I'm an alien and I'm the coolest, right? He says, putting his hand on his chest. I move my hand to the side. So. Nick laughs and continues, aliens are just people from different places, and different places can be awesome. Can you imagine if we were born here? If we weren't Mexican? Mom wouldn't know how to make albóndigas. I gasped, I hadn't considered that. Or worse, we'd just call them meatballs instead. And they would be boring meatballs sin sabor. That makes me feel a little better. I like it when Nick listens to me. Still, I can't help but feel scared thinking about the presentation. What's the frown about? He asked. Nick is being so understanding that I just blurted out, I have to do a presentation with my first project. I have to speak for a whole 5 minutes in front of my class. I'm nervous, I confessed, dropping my head into my hands. I remember the first time I had to do that. It was scary. I look up. I can't even picture Nick being nervous. He's so good at school presentations. Once I saw him do a debate in front of the whole school. I have no idea what to do, I say, scratching my head. Well, first of all, we will practice. I sigh. Yeah, I know, it sounds silly, but it helps. Then he pauses for a good minute. And maybe Mom can take us to the shed aquarium. The shed aquarium? Nick is the smartest. We've never been, but I've always wanted to go. It's all the way in downtown Chicago. It was the largest aquarium in the world for the longest time. I throw my arms around him. All right, he says, hugging me back. I can see the small smirk on his face. It'll be good. We can do some research and we'll get some ideas for your presentation. Yes, I exclaim. And don't worry, I'll help you, sis, he says, then nudges me, like when they do a little nudge. He puts 2 fingers above his head like antennas. We aliens have to stick together. So her brother's being really nice right now, right? Her brother's really helping her out with this whole idea of her feeling like an alien, right? Her feeling outcasted. And he's saying, you know what, like, don't worry about it. The term alien is just meant to describe somebody from a different place. Don't worry about it. Don't feel a little worse, because don't worry. Like, we're so cool. It's who makes us, right? Like, he even makes a comparison of albondigas. If we weren't aliens, if we weren't from Mexico, then our mom wouldn't know how to make albondigas. Like, how boring would that be? And then she even like gasped, right? She's like, like, wow, like, you're right? Because it's such an important part of their culture. So it just kind of gets us thinking, right? That there's always a solution to things. Maybe sometimes we just need to look at it from a different perspective.